For more on the situation in Ukraine, I want to bring in Derek Shearer. He is the former U.S. ambassador to Finland and is a contributor for the Washington Monthly magazine. Mr. Ambassador, thanks very much for being with us. The first round of negotiations between Russia and Ukraine ended without a resolution. Is there still realistically a diplomatic way to end this conflict?
Well, we hope so, because we want to end the killing. I think it's going to take some outside intervention. We don't know yet who might be useful. We've spoken to the Chinese. We spoke to the Chinese before the invasion in hopes that they could be influential, but so far they haven't. India has stayed neutral in the conflict. They might play a role. The open question is whether Putin is open to stopping the offensive and actually having a diplomatic solution. We don't know that yet.
Well, Ukrainian officials say more than 2,000 civilians have been killed since the start of last week's invasion. What will be the major concerns in the coming days as Russia continues its advance?
How many people will die? How many refugees will come? How much damage will be done? I mean, Putin made a major misjudgment. He underestimated Ukraine. He underestimated the Ukrainian President Zelensky. And he certainly underestimated President Biden and the EU in the response. I think he thought he could walk in, scare Ukraine, overturn the government, and there would be very little violence. It's wrong. And so his only response now is to up the level of violence, which is, of course, awful.
Well, we've been following, of course, Ukraine's resistance. We've seen ordinary citizens taking up arms. What do you make of Ukraine's defense efforts so far?
Admirable, more than admirable, and also, I mean, terribly sad. I saw average Ukrainians filling bottles with gasoline to make what are called Molotov cocktails. The Molotov cocktail was first used by the Finns in 1939 when they were invaded by the then Soviet Union, and they hurled them at invading Soviet tanks. And it's, very sad to see that we're back into the 20th century with these kind of invasions across international borders. But the Ukrainian people have been amazing. I can say President Zelensky has won the PR battle. The Ukrainian people have won the PR battle globally. But Putin still has the military superiority.
What about sanctions? The U.S. and its allies have sanctioned both Russia and Vladimir Putin himself. The measures have impacted the Russian economy. Do you believe these economic actions are impacting Putin and his strategy at all?
We don't know. We certainly see them impacting people around Putin. One of our hopes is that there will be some people who are his supporters or have some influence with him. We're going to say to them, we don't want to be closed off again. For 30 years, we've been part of the world, part of Europe. Our kids could travel, study abroad. We could get Western products. What you're doing now is going to put us back in a Cold War box to shut us off from the rest of the world. And the majority of Russians don't want that, but it's unclear yet who might have any influence over Vladimir Putin.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you about Finland potentially joining NATO. Now, Russia said that move would result in serious military and political repercussions for the country. So how is Finland responding to those threats?
Well, they don't take well to threats. As I said, they've fought Russians before. The polling numbers in Finland are amazing. They have shifted dramatically in the past week. Now, over a majority of Finns would support NATO alliance. If Sweden also joined, over 60% would support. The government would support it. And again, this is part of Putin's misjudgment. He thought he would weaken NATO, but this invasion is going to strengthen NATO. And he's already turned Finland and Sweden that have remained outside of NATO more pro-NATO than ever before. So there are going to be many unintended consequences of what Putin has done.
Clearly has been a unified response to Putin's actions so far. Former U.S. Ambassador to Finland, Derek Shearer, thank you very much for sharing your insight with us.
Thank you, Elaine.